The headmaster's emergency bioseal just failed, and the human child is still breathing in the hallway where they left her. Impossible, Vekthar whispered, his crystalline form refracting the emergency lights into 1,000 panicked fragments. The readout on his wrist display couldn't be right. 15 minutes. The human had been lying in an atmosphere that had killed 3 faculty members during the decontamination accident of 2247. 15 minutes of exposure to concentrated Thexian sanitizer mist, the kind used to dissolve organic waste. Sir, the medical AI is recommending xenocide protocols. Dean Lyanna's voice cracked, her aquatic biology suit trembling. It thinks she's already... It's preparing death notifications. She's breathing. Vekthar's voice rose 3 octaves. The scanner shows respiratory function, active respiratory function. The emergency channel erupted. Headmaster, this is Security Chief Dovin. We have the 6 students in custody. Sir, they're demanding medical attention. 3 are in shock. 1 won't stop vomiting. They keep saying she wouldn't fall down. Vekthar stared at the small human form crumpled against the wall. Emma, 14 rotations old, daughter of the human trade negotiator who'd been so proud when his child was accepted into the Galactic Academy. The first human child in 4,000 years of operation. The first human child who just survived what they used to execute war criminals. Get Dr. Felnix here now, Lyanna said, her empathic senses clearly overloading. And someone seal off this entire wing. If this gets out before we understand, it's already out. Vekthar pulled up the security footage, his hands shaking so badly his form began to lose cohesion. The Galactic Education Oversight Committee received automated alerts. They're convening emergency session. The Krell ambassador is demanding answers about why his nephew's military-grade neural disruptor malfunctioned. Malfunctioned? Lyanna moved closer to Emma, her scanner held at maximum distance like it was a weapon. Sir, it didn't malfunction. Look at the impact signatures. 7 direct hits. Class 7 neural disruptors. Each one should have caused complete organ failure in anything carbon-based. Then why is she bruised? Lyanna's voice went flat. She's bruised, sir. Not dissolved, not dead, not even unconscious anymore, according to these readings. She's sleeping. The word hung in the toxic air like a death sentence. Sleeping, Vekthar repeated. In an atmosphere that's currently eating through our emergency containment gear, she's sleeping. Her vitals are improving. Lyanna's scanner beeped, and she nearly dropped it. Without intervention, sir, she's healing, actively healing, while being exposed to industrial-grade biohazard. Vekthar accessed the security footage again, watched it frame by frame. 6 students, the best and brightest from military families across 3 sectors, cornering the small human, girl after advanced physics. Watch them activate weapons that cost more than most colonies' annual budgets. Watched Emma try to talk to them, hands up, backing away. Watched her take the first hit and stumble. Watched her take the second and straighten up. Watched her take 7 direct strikes that should have reduced her to component molecules. Watched her finally just sit down. Not collapse, sit down. Like she was tired of standing. Headmaster. Security Chief Dovin's voice crackled through. One of the weapons overheated. Brontix's disruptor. The internal diagnostic says it encountered too much resistance. Sir, how does a weapon designed to pierce starship hull plating encounter too much resistance from a 14-year-old child? Vekthar's internal structure began to vibrate at a frequency usually reserved for existential crises. In 4,000 years, the Galactic Academy had educated the children of every major species in known space. They had protocols for everything. Atmospheric preferences, dietary requirements, cultural sensitivities. They had absolutely nothing for a child who could survive their execution methods. "The committee wants answers in 30 minutes, Liana said quietly. "What do we tell them?" Vekthar watched Emma's chest rise and fall in the toxic mist. Steady, peaceful. "The truth," he said, "that we have no idea what humans are." The bioseal alarm screamed again. This time, it wasn't failing. It was trying to protect them from what was about to wake up. Dr. Felnix arrived in full hazmat gear, took one look at his scanner readings, and sat down hard on the floor. "That's not possible," the xenobiologist said, his voice muffled through 3 layers of protective membrane. "The toxin concentration here would kill me in 45 seconds. She's been exposed for 18 minutes. Her cellular structure should be soup." "Should be," Vekthar said grimly. "Isn't." Felnix crawled closer, his scanner extended on a telescoping arm like he was approaching a live thermal core. "Her metabolism is—" No, that's not metabolism. She's breaking down the Thexian sanitizer into component elements. Her body is using it." "Using poison," Liana said flatly. "Not poison to her, apparently." Felnix's scanner beeped again. "Her liver, I think it's a liver, is processing the toxin faster than I can track. Whatever humans are, their biochemistry treats our industrial cleaner as nutrition?" The emergency channel crackled. "Headmaster, the Krell ambassador is here, with the Quellan defense minister and the Thex matriarch. Sir, they're demanding to inspect the weapons. They think we're covering up a manufacturing defect." "Tell them," Vekthar began. "Wait." Felnix held up a manipulator appendage. "Play back the security footage, frame by frame. Focus on weapon impacts." Vekthar projected the hologram into the corridor. They watched in silence as Brontix's neural disruptor struck Emma's shoulder. The weapon's energy signature was perfect. Military grade. Designed to disrupt neural pathways in any carbon-based life form. Emma's shoulder moved backward 3 centimeters from impact force. Then she straightened up. "Pause there." Felnix's voice had gone very quiet. "See the energy dispersion pattern? The weapon fired correctly, full power, but look at her tissue response." The hologram zoomed in. Emma's skin showed slight reddening. The subcutaneous layers absorbed the energy burst and stopped it. Just stopped it. Like hitting a wall. "That's not dispersion," Felnix whispered. "That's resistance. Her tissue density is—" "How is that physically possible? She should weigh 300 kilograms with that cellular density." "She weighs 48, Liana said, checking the admission records. 0.3 kilograms. Felnix made a sound like his worldview breaking. "Then the gravity on her homeworld must be 2.3 times galactic standard," Vekthar read from the file. "We thought it was a data entry error." 2.3. Felnix's scanner clattered to the floor. She grew up in 2.3. Her entire muscular and skeletal system developed under pressure that would crush most of our students. Every day of her life has been strength training that would kill our Olympic athletes. The emergency channel erupted again. "Sir, we have a problem. Brontix just told his father exactly how many times they hit her. The ambassador is calling for an immediate investigation into how their military-grade weapons failed against a child. 3 other families are filing formal complaints. They want the weapons manufacturers held accountable." Vekthar felt his crystalline structure begin to crack. "They're blaming the weapons." "Sir, one more thing." The security chief's voice dropped. "We reviewed the full footage, the part before they started using weapons. Emma fought back for 8.3 seconds, hand to hand. We had the combat AI analyze her movements. And? The AI flagged her as a Class X threat. Sir, she pulled her punches. Every single strike she landed was deliberately reduced to force. The AI estimates she could have killed all 6 attackers in under 4 seconds if she'd wanted to. Liana's empathic field pulsed with horror. She chose not to hurt them. She chose to take it, Vekthar said quietly. She could have ended it instantly. Instead, she just let them hit her with everything they had, until she decided to sit down. Not collapse, Felnick said, studying the footage. She made a conscious decision to stop resisting. Look at her posture. That's not defeat. That's... Is she bored? They watched Emma sit against the wall, weapons fire still impacting her body, and her expression was almost peaceful, patient, like she was waiting for them to tire themselves out. The human child survived 7 direct hits from Class 7 neural disruptors and chose to let it happen. Vekthar's voice had gone very quiet. What kind of species produces children like this? Felnix pulled up the human homeworld data. His manipulator appendages started trembling. Headmaster, he said slowly, I need you to look at Earth's classification very carefully. Vekthar accessed the file, felt his entire being go cold. That can't be right. Class Dothirin? The highest known Deathworld is Class the 8th. Nothing survives Class Dothirin conditions. Class Dothirin is where we test weapons, not where sentient species evolve. And yet, Felnix gestured at Emma, still sleeping peacefully in their execution atmosphere. Here we are. The bioseal alarm changed pitch. Emma's eyes opened. Oh no, Liana whispered. She's waking up. Ugh, did someone get the number of that shuttle? Emma's voice cut through the tension like a blade through atmosphere. She sat up slowly, rubbing her shoulder, and every alarm in the corridor went absolutely insane. Evacuate! Evacuate! The medical AI shrieked. Subject exhibiting impossible vital signs. Recommend immediate withdrawal. The medical team that had been approaching in full containment gear turned and ran. Emma blinked at them, confused. Then she noticed the 47 monitoring devices aimed at her from safe distances. What's going on? Why is everyone wearing spacesuits? Don't move, Felnix called out, his voice cracking. Please, just stay exactly where you are. Okay? Emma looked down at herself, brushing off her uniform. Seriously, what happened? Last thing I remember, Brontix and his friends were being jerks, and then... She touched her shoulder, wincing. Ow. Yeah, that's gonna bruise. Bruise, Vekthar repeated, his voice climbing toward hysteria. You were hit 7 times with Class 7 neural disruptors, and you're worried about bruising? Emma's face scrunched up in confusion. Neural disruptors? Those tingle a bit, I guess. Kind of like when your foot falls asleep, you know? Tingle? Liana's suit nearly imploded from her shock. Those are classified as weapons of mass destruction in 47 systems. Huh. Emma stood up, and 3 additional alarms started screaming. She stretched, joints popping audibly. Well, that explains why they thought they were so tough. Anyway, where's my backpack? I have homework due tomorrow. Felnix's scanner exploded. Not metaphorically. It actually overheated and burst into sparks. Your homework, Vekthar said faintly. You're concerned about homework. Well, yeah. Emma looked around the corridor, spotted her bag near the wall, and started walking toward it. Every step made the deck plates groan under her mass. Mrs. Villana gets really cranky if we're late with assignments. Wait, how long was I out? Did I miss dinner? Miss dinner? Liana was making a sound somewhere between a laugh and a scream. You've been lying in an atmosphere that's killed 3 faculty members for 22 minutes, and you're asking about dinner. Emma stopped, sniffed the air, and shrugged. Smells like the cleaning supplies we use back home. Pine Sol, maybe? Little bit of ammonia. Is someone cleaning? She paused. Oh no, did I make a mess? I'm really sorry if you didn't make a mess, Vekthar practically shouted. The bioseal failed. This atmosphere is lethal. You should be dead. From cleaning solution? Emma looked genuinely baffled. You shouldn't drink it, but it's not going to kill you just from breathing it. She noticed their expressions. Right? The silence stretched for 5 full seconds. Emma, Felnick said carefully, what exactly is your home planet like? Earth? It's pretty normal. Blue skies, oceans, mountains, standard stuff. She picked up her backpack, all 68 kilograms of it, with one hand. 3 additional monitoring devices shorted out. The gravity reading, Leanna said weakly. 2.3 times standard. That's not a data error? Oh, that? Emma laughed. No, that's about right. Actually feels a little light here, to be honest. Took me a week to stop jumping too high when I walked. Your gravity is great, though. I can finally do a backflip without worrying about landing wrong. Finally, Vekthar echoed. Yeah, I've been practicing, but Earth's gravity makes it hard to get the rotation right. Emma proceeded to do a casual backflip in the corridor. The motion was so fast that the security cameras only caught a blur. She landed perfectly, grinning. See? Easy here. Every athletic record in the Academy's database started flashing red. Emma, Felnix tried again, his voice very small. You mentioned bacteria earlier in your admission interview. You said humans are covered in them? Oh yeah, inside and out. We've got trillions of little guys just hanging out in our digestive system, on our skin, everywhere really. They're helpful though, help us digest food and fight off the bad bacteria. She smiled brightly. Why? Do you guys not have gut flora? That seems like it would make eating hard. We absolutely do not have bacteria living inside us, Leanna said, her entire worldview crumbling in real time. Bacterial infection is one of the leading causes of death in 17 species. Huh? Weird. Emma dug through her backpack. Oh good, my sandwich is still okay. I'm starving. You guys want half? It's peanut butter and jelly. What? Vekthar said very slowly, is peanut butter. Ground up nuts mixed with oil and salt. It's great, high in protein. Emma took a huge bite, chewing happily while every xenobiologist in the building had a simultaneous crisis. She's eating concentrated plant proteins, Felnix whispered, with no processing, just raw plant matter ground into paste. And jelly, Emma added through her mouthful. That's fruit preserves. We boil fruit with sugar until it gels. She swallowed. Man, I really needed this. Getting beat up makes you hungry, you know. The emergency channel crackled to life. Headmaster, the Galactic Education Oversight Committee chair said, her voice tight with barely controlled panic. We need to discuss the human exchange program. Immediately. Emma pulled out her homework, completely oblivious to the paradigm-shattering crisis happening around her. So, anyway, she said cheerfully, can someone tell me what I missed in advanced quantum theory? I really can't afford to fall behind. The Galactic Education Oversight Committee convened in the headmaster's office, with Emma sitting cross-legged on the floor, still eating her sandwich. She'd offered to sit in a chair, but every chair she touched had immediately buckled under her mass. I'm really sorry about the furniture, Emma said for the 5th time. I keep forgetting things are built different here. Committee Chair Peltova, a Wexian with 200 years of educational oversight experience, stared at the human child like she was a live singularity. Emma, we need to understand something. When those students attacked you, why didn't you fight back? Emma looked up, confused. I did fight back. For a little bit. The combat AI analyzed your movements, Peltova said carefully. It determined you could have killed all 6 attackers in under 4 seconds. Well, yeah, but I didn't want to hurt them. Emma took another bite. They're just kids being stupid. We have bullies back on Earth, too. You don't kill people for being jerks. The committee members exchanged glances that Emma completely missed. Emma, Vekthar said gently. Can you explain what you mean by, we have bullies back on Earth, too? You know, kids who pick on other kids? Usually the bigger ones picking on smaller ones, or groups ganging up on someone. Emma shrugged. Brontix and his friends aren't even that creative. Back in primary school, Tommy Henderson used to actually throw rocks. These guys just had fancy weapons that felt tingly. Rocks, Felnix repeated weakly. Yeah, like actual stones, hard pieces of mineral. Emma mimed throwing. We'd have these wars at recess sometimes. Nothing serious, just kids being dumb. Although that one time Tommy got me in the head and I had to get 3 stitches. She touched her scalp. Mom was so mad at him. 3 stitches, Leanna said. From a rock impact. To your head. And you survived. I mean, it bled a lot. But head wounds always do. It wasn't a big deal. Emma finished her sandwich and pulled out an apple. Several committee members flagged it as a biohazard. Want some? I've got extra fruit. That's a concentrated source of fructose and citric acid, Peltova said, watching Emma bite into it like it was nothing. We use similar compounds for industrial cleaning. Huh. We just call them apples. Emma crunched away happily. These are Honeycrisps, really sweet. Earth's got tons of different varieties. Felnix pulled up a holographic display of Earth. Emma, I need you to help us understand your planet. You said it's normal, but according to our classification system, Earth is a Class 3 Deathworld. What's that mean? It means, Felnix said slowly, that it's a planet where we test military weapons, not where sentient species should be able to evolve, let alone thrive. Emma laughed. That's ridiculous. Earth is beautiful. We've got forests and beaches and mountains. My dad took me hiking in the Rockies last year. The view was amazing. The Rockies? Vekthar pulled up topographical data. Those peaks reach 8,000 meters. The atmospheric pressure at that altitude would make you really tired and give you headaches if you're not used to it. Yeah, Emma said. But it's doable. People live up there. Some folks even climb without oxygen tanks, though that's pretty hardcore. Every member of the committee sat in stunned silence. Your atmosphere, Peltova said finally. High oxygen content, nitrogen base. That combination is what we use in our fuel refineries. Is it? Emma looked interested. I mean, I guess it is pretty reactive. We have fires and stuff. Oh, and rust. Metal rusts really fast on Earth if you don't protect it. Your planet is slowly dissolving metal through atmospheric corrosion, Leanna said. And you consider this normal? Well, yeah. That's why we invented paint. Emma grinned. And stainless steel. And galvanization. We're pretty good at working around it. Felnix brought up medical imagery. Emma, when we scanned you, we found something remarkable. Your bone density is 3 times what it should be for your size. Your muscle tissue is so compact it barely registers on our equipment. And your skin. He paused. Your skin is essentially flexible armor. I mean, I guess. Emma looked at her arm. It's just skin. Everyone on Earth has it. Everyone on Earth, Peltova repeated slowly, has military-grade protective tissue as their normal biology. If you say so. Emma pulled out her homework tablet, the 3rd one this week, since she kept breaking them. So, about advanced quantum theory. Did we cover paradox resolution? The door opened. Security Chief Dovin entered with Brontix and the 5 other students. They looked terrified. Ah, there they are. Emma brightened. Hey guys, no hard feelings, okay? I know you were just being dumb. Brontix stared at her like she was a nightmare given form. You're not angry? Angry? Nah. Emma waved it off. I mean, it wasn't nice, but I've had worse. Remember I said Tommy Henderson threw rocks? At least you guys weren't aiming for my face. We hit you with enough force to crack starship hulls, Brontix whispered. Yeah, that's gonna bruise, Emma admitted, rubbing her shoulder again. But bruises heal. It's fine. Fine, Brontix repeated, his worldview shattering in real time. Oh. Emma dug in her backpack. Want to see pictures of my cat? Her name is Princess Whiskers. She's the sweetest thing. She pulled out her tablet, and the screen showed a small predator with extended claws and visible fangs. You keep a predator as a pet, Felnick said faintly. She's a cat, Emma said. Like this explained everything. She mostly sleeps and knocks stuff off tables. Oh, and she brings me dead birds sometimes. It's gross, but she's trying to be helpful. Peltova made a decision. Headmaster Vekthar, I'm issuing emergency protocol updates. Effective immediately. No physical altercations with human students. For the safety of all other students. Good idea, Emma said, completely missing the implication. Fighting is dumb anyway. Hey, you guys want to work on the quantum theory homework together? I'm still fuzzy on the 3rd paradox. The 6 former attackers, who had expected punishment, found themselves instead assigned to Emma's study group. Their education about Earth was about to begin. 3 days later, Emma walked to advanced quantum theory with her new study group trailing behind her like nervous satellites. So let me get this straight, Brontix said, still processing. On Earth, children regularly engage in combat sports for fun? Yeah, like dodgeball, football, hockey, martial arts. Emma shifted her backpack, now reinforced with starship hull plating after she'd torn through 4 regular ones. It's good exercise. Builds character. Dodgeball. One of the other students, Kiv, whispered. They throw projectiles at each other's heads. Well, you're supposed to aim for the body, but yeah, headshots happen. Emma laughed. Man, you guys would hate dodgeball. Some kids throw really hard. The group passed a maintenance crew reinforcing the floor panels where Emma walked regularly. She waved at them cheerfully. They waved back with the careful enthusiasm of people who had seen her accidentally put her hand through a wall while reaching for a light switch. Oh, before I forget, Emma said, my family's visiting next month. Mom's bringing my little sister. Brontix stopped walking. Your little sister? Yeah, Lily, she's 3, total troublemaker. Emma grinned. Fair warning. She's in that phase where she puts everything in her mouth. Mom's worried she'll eat something she shouldn't. Eat something she shouldn't, Kiv repeated slowly, like crayons or dirt or whatever. You know how toddlers are. The group exchanged glances. They did not, in fact, know how toddlers were, especially not Deathworld toddlers. Emma, Brontix said carefully, how strong is your 3-year-old sister? Oh, she's still pretty weak. Can barely lift 50 pounds yet. Mom says she's a late bloomer. Emma noticed their expressions. What? Nothing? Brontix said quickly. Nothing at all. They entered the classroom. Professor Tavlin looked up from her notes and smiled. Ah, Emma. How are you feeling? Great, thanks. Emma slid into her reinforced seat, the only one in the academy built to handle her mass. Ready for that quiz on paradox resolution. Excellent. Though I should mention, we've updated our grading scale. Professor Tavlin projected new guidelines. Human students now have separate physical requirements for laboratory, work, for safety reasons. Whose safety? Emma asked. Everyone else's, the professor said without hesitation. The quiz began. Emma worked through the problems with her usual focus, occasionally breaking her stylus and having to ask for a new one. Around her, students who'd once whispered about the weird human now treated her with the careful respect normally reserved for ambulatory natural disasters. During break, Emma pulled out her lunch. The cafeteria had given up trying to provide safe food and now just let her bring whatever she wanted from Earth. What is that? Kiv asked, staring at Emma's sandwich. Jalapeno and pepper jack cheese. Want to try? Emma offered it over. Absolutely not, Kiv said immediately, having learned what happened when humans said food was spicy. Emma shrugged and took a bite. Brontix watched her eat something that would probably melt through deck plating and wondered, not for the first time, how humans had survived long enough to develop space travel. Hey, Emma said suddenly. Thanks for helping me catch up on the homework I missed. You guys are pretty cool once you stop trying to kill people. Brontix felt his face heat up with shame. Emma, I'm still so sorry about... Water under the bridge, Emma said, waving it off. Though maybe next time you're mad at someone, try talking first. Worked out way better for everyone. Noted, Brontix said quietly. The bell rang. Emma packed up her things, accidentally crushing her tablet in the process. Ugh, that's the fourth one this week. She sighed. Mom's gonna kill me. As she left for her next class, Brontix pulled up his personal log and added a new entry. Day 47 of knowing Emma. Still not sure if humans are the galaxy's greatest allies or most terrifying accident. Possibly both. Note to self, never, ever visit Earth. Behind them, Professor Tavleen updated the Academy's central database with a new entry that would echo through educational institutions across known space. Advisory. Human children more durable than most military equipment. Standard safety protocols inadequate. Recommend structural reinforcements and updated insurance policies. What we consider lethal force, they consider a normal Tuesday. Approach with caution, kindness, and reinforced furniture. Emma's laughter echoed down the hallway as she told Kiv about her plans for the weekend. Something about hiking and swimming with creatures called sharks. The walls, if they could, would have held their breath again.